Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. Welcome to your reading for January 23rd to the 29th. We have the card of the overall energy of awakening. Oh my God, it's about freaking time. Okay, so, you have rise and shine energy. Let me just tell you right now, it's rise and shine. So, Capricorn, I know how relieved you are to have Mercury moving direct, right? It is big change. All the planets are now moving forward. There's a revitalization of energy. It says, I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. And here, the key of the situation is the tomato dragon, which says to shine. And the energy this week is actually really nice. Has a lot of nice team building, creative, passionate, just really beautiful energy. Great for communicating with our friends and family, and just kind of really nice to finally be in this really, I want to say, pleasant energy. And so, whereas you have been struggling just to get out of bed in the morning, or to seem to be able to focus on what to do next, it's time, right? It's time to start considering that. So, that being said, this revitalization, this rise and shine, I want to say you feel very motivated early in the day, or like wherever your energetic level peaks, okay? And it may be different. Some of you might be night owls, but wherever it peaks, take advantage of it. But when your energy is low, honor your cycle and your system. We are still in the winter of the year, especially here in the Northern Hemisphere, where the energy pulls itself in. And so you have to work with that and allow your body to regenerate as it needs to. And so even though this week is much easier energy and you're starting to feel revitalized and everything, you have to pay attention to your energetic cycle and work within that, because you have here the card of boundaries, the garlic dragon. Okay, so it is necessary. It says, I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. But the boundaries say, within reason, right? Monitor your energy. We are definitely in for the long haul. So make sure you're working with that. Okay, so allow yourself to shine. The struggle has been around goals. I'm not surprised. It's hard to create goals and when you are feeling tired. When you're exhausted, right? It seems like sometimes there's so much to do, and this blueberry dragon actually comes with specific guidelines. And in the area of the obstacle, it says to take a look, to write down all the things that you need to do during the day. It's particularly because you also have the pea pod dragon that came out in the action to take. Well, this is really interesting. I did a reading for myself. I'm Capricorn Rising, and I actually had these two cards show up in the same place. None of the rest of them are the same, but that's funny. Okay, so here you go. Peapod Dragon says to organize. The Goals Dragon says, write down all the stuff you need to do. Figure out which one's going to take the longest. Do that first. I say do that when your energy peaks, okay? When you have high energy, most of the vitality. So if you're a morning person, work on that for that length of period of time, set a time frame around it, and do it then. Organize your day around your energetic cycles. And do the hard stuff when you have the most energy, and do the easy stuff when your energy is low. And then when it's nap time, take the nap. And don't be mad at yourself. You have a whole bunch of stuff going on, but if you schedule your downtime, then you don't even have to feel guilty about it. So, you have here in the area to transform the situation, you have the card of opinions, the squash dragon. That says what other people think you should be doing, what they think about you and what you are doing. What other people say, do, or think in relationship to you is none of your business. None of your business. It's also none of your business what the heck they're doing, right? So it's just the squash opinions. I want to say squash also negative opinions that you have about yourself. Work with your energy. Do what you can when you can. And don't judge yourself harshly. Don't judge others harshly. And for goodness sakes, healthy boundaries. Do not allow others to judge you. We have the card, the outcome card is the artichoke dragon, which says guarded. So yes, you need to protect your space. Don't let other people come in and tell you how you should be living your life. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's your significant other, your parents, your best friend, or in my case, my kids. It's none of their business. Do what you want, when you want. Organize your life to work in a way that really, really works for you. You have the card of vulnerability up here in where you have been seeking information. And with this, where you're seeking information, and the guarded for the energy to anchor yourself into, I want to say, stop feeling like you have to defend what you think, do, say, whatever, feel. You don't have to explain it to anyone. Honor how you feel, honor what you think, and honor the choices that you're making. As long as you're making choices that are for the best and the highest good of all, it really doesn't matter what anybody else is thinking about it. So you have to believe in yourself, create these boundaries. You are supposed to do that and be very organized. So when I see boundaries, guarded, organized, and goals all here, I think that you may have a business idea. Maybe you shouldn't be telling everybody about it. Maybe you're trying to create workspace so that you can work on a project and everybody at home is like, oh, is it okay if I use your office to do my homework? And then you come in and everything is not where you left it and you spend time trying to, maybe you need to create a space for them to do homework, right? I mean, I don't know. The more organized you are and the more you honor your own rhythm and flow, you're going to be able to shine. And it is important that you shine. And you have the card here of shine and the card of awakening. And so there's something coming on that you're doing, something you're involved in, something you want to do, where even if you meet the resistance of other people, they don't see the vision that you hold. It doesn't matter. If you believe in it, figure out how to do it. And so in the heart space where we have this energy of stealth as what is draining your energy, particularly if you're working on a project and you're in an office where people have the tendency to take from your work. It's sort of like when you were taking a test in school and someone was looking over to see what your answer was, so they can claim that as their own. I think that there's a need to, protect your, I heard password protection. Okay, so also I want to say check your credit card statements and make sure that there's nothing weird on there. And maybe it's time to change some of your PIN numbers or stuff like that, right? This guarded energy, being organized. It's always good every few months or whatever. You could do it like an annual thing to go in and change your passwords, make them really complicated. In the heart space, you have the card of renewal. And that's why I think that you are feeling better. You are feeling better, but you need to honor because it's renewal. It means you're starting to feel better. So give yourself and work with your energy. Don't push too hard, but I think you're going to feel more like your old self than you have over the course of the last couple of months with those retrograde planets really difficult. The one in Gemini, Mars in Gemini was hard on everybody, but also that's at a quincunx, which is a very uncomfortable angle for you. And then Uranus and Taurus in retrograde, that energy trines you, but when he's in retrograde and it's like that flow of energy is back, it's like backing up against you. And so I think that now that everything's moving forward, you're going to feel much better. In the area of resources, you have the card of rewards. Thank God for that, right? The orange dragon. And so the offer that you put in, there are rewards for it. In whatever area, in resources, it's financial, it's creative, it's your energy, it's ideas and inspirations. So wherever you put into something, you're going to get back, right? And so there's a balancing that comes through. It's very nice that way. Let's take a look at, I would say this week on Monday morning, especially if you're here in the Eastern time zone of the U.S., so you'll have to adjust for your time zones. But while the moon is still in Aquarius, that is very productive energy. And then the moon moves into Pisces in the afternoon here. And for the next couple of days is in Pisces. And that's great for teamwork and team building. And it's about figuring out what your dreams are and how to plan an action to chase them down, and you have diving to the depths. So it's just perfect energy for Pisces moon. It says there is a deeper meaning to what is happening. Ooh, got that stealth card and that vulnerability here. You might be looking at this from the surface and missing what's really going on. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Allow yourself to dive deeper into what you are feeling about your current situation. So this allowing yourself to be guarded and not giving away all of your energy to the energetic vampires. And so sometimes the energetic vampires can simply be that your house is so disorganized that when you walk in the house, you're like, oh, you don't feel like doing anything, you know? And so you're like, I'm so tired at the end of the day, but are you really tired at the end of the day? Did you feel tired before you walked in the door? Take another look at it. Do you feel tired because when you walked in the door, everything was in disarray and that was overwhelming and that made you exhausted? So when they say to look at things from a different angle, it's not just that it's the end of the day and now I'm tired. It's the end of the day and now I have to fix dinner and the house is a mess and blah, 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 right? And so when your energy is high in the morning, maybe that's the time to, put something in the Instant Pot and set the timer for it. Or I like to use a crock pot. That's my favorite thing. I walk in the door, I smell dinner done. Oh my God, that's so nice. Or if you're going to have, something that you can pre-prep, at least cut all the stuff up so it's just a matter of tossing in the ingredients, heating it up quickly. One of the things I like to do is I will grill, not grill, but I bake it. I bake all my chicken at once, and then I portion it out, and I throw it up in the freezer. And so then when I get home, and if I feel like doing a stir fry, man, it doesn't take any time at all because the meat's already done. It's just really stir frying up the vegetables and warming it up, right? And so that's part of that organization. The things that take longer, the prepping of the stuff, you do that when your energy's high. So that when your energy's low, it's just a matter of putting it together. And so take a look around your life. How can you go a little deeper? This is a great week because the energy is very gentle and very supportive this week. And so it's a great time to kind of look at how can you set yourself up for success in multiple different layers of your life. All right. So where you have been working to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, or where you have been working on your issues around finances, or where you've been working on your issues around relationships, whatever you have been doing that has been allowing you to heal. So during this time of retrograde, it was a chance to revisit, revise, review, and a renewal energy so you can go through things. And so that is working. Because here we have the card of rewards, right? Like the work you put in and around energy of some sort is working. And then we have here Chiron and Demeter coming through with that moon in Aries. Now the moon in Aries is actually going to conjunct with Chiron. This is beautiful. And we have Demeter, the harvest. And so what you've been working on, it's working. So keep doing it. Demeter also reminds us about the seasons, right? It says harvest. There's a time for harvest and a time for sowing, and there's a time for things laying fallow. And so during the winter, we're in the northern hemisphere, it's winter time. Things aren't really growing yet, but they're working beneath the surface, right? That dive deep. So there's work beneath the surface that's doing this, creating some healing energy here. But I think this week there's a chance for you, especially when Venus moves into Pisces this week, to really feel that energy around choice and decision about what is in value to you and how do you want to manage it, and that harvesting of the efforts that you put in so that you can get the rewards. So I feel like anything that you organize or you sort out or you allow yourself to heal through this week has great benefit for you, and allows for this energy of Chiron's also about wisdom, and they never really talk about that. But I'm really getting this wisdom energy too. The wisdom and knowledge that's gained, that could be what you're harvesting from the healing process that you've been undergoing, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, financial, whatever it is that you've been working on. This year, the energy we put in is what we get out. If we don't put anything in, we don't get anything out. But if we're willing to do it's going to be very hard work in some places. And this year's not easy. This year just has a lot of potential for reward. Oh my God, I love this card. It is so freaking cute. I gotta hold it up close so you can see just how adorable that is. All right, so it says sea otter's happiness, but I'm also seeing the little puffins, and there's 2 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that card out because that is a card about partnership, and I do feel like they go together. Oh, here it is. All right, so the partnership of the puffin says, accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. Other people's opinions don't matter. Yours does. Yours does. Do you like you? If you don't like you, change you. But if you do like you, and you're not being overly critical of you, because sometimes that's part of the problem. If we could just take a step back and say, was I just being human, or do I really need to work on that, right? So, you're allowed to have a bad day. Okay, feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help, and teamwork will give you the best results. And this week, while that moon is in Taurus, it does have some really sweet date night energy, especially on Friday night. But it's really nesting and nice energy. It is in your house of creativity if you are Capricorn rising. But it's a trine energy. It's a nice flow of energy for all Capricorns, all earth signs, actually, Virgo too. And so you have the sea otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go. Instead, choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. And it starts with self-love, because always we will get the energy back that we put out. So when we love ourselves, and that's the energy we put out, when we don't let other people's opinions determine our own sense of self-worth and self-value, that allows us to attract in people who also think we are of value. So believe in yourself. This little peach dragon here, vulnerability. I just want to say, stop apologizing for being a human. Okay, when you do something and you give a sincere apology, that's one thing. But if you are in a situation where you're constantly feeling like you have to apologize over and over and over and over and over again for something you did years ago, there's a time to put a brakes on it, to cut that cord and you release it. And if other people can't let it go, then let it weigh them down. You fly high. All right. You guys take good care of yourselves. If you have not seen your new moon video, that came out on Friday, so be sure to check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And this week, coming out on Friday, the week coming up on the 27th, I'm going to be doing bonus videos, and I literally don't know what they're going to be. So we'll see when they happen. All right. You guys take care, and I will talk to you soon.